Tamara Brown and Evan Lazar are out here at the practice fields to put a bow on Patriots minicamp. Evan, let's talk about what we learned. For me, it's the versatility of the Patriots defense, or as Matthew Judon likes to call it, unicorns on defense. I love that word for it because we've seen guys in a lot of different places, especially Marte Mapu.
Yeah, absolutely. The rookie third-round pick. I think we knew that the Patriots needed this type of player, somebody that could go sideline to sideline, play at the second and the third level of the defense. But you look at all these offenses around the league now, Tamara, these new AG offenses, I like to call them, mobile quarterbacks, RPO schemes, college-style spreads, and you need those players that are 220, 225 pounds that can still play like a linebacker. And that's exactly what Matthew Judon also described Marte Mapu as somebody that's fast like a safety, but stands like a linebacker. And I think a lot of Patriots fans can get excited about that because that's something that this defense has desperately needed for a couple years now.
And of course, the focus of this defense has been no Devin McCourty, who's going to fill the void of him as a leader and also as safety. So we've seen guys in a lot of different places so far.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about what's going on right now is that there's a lot of mixing and matching in the back end, and they're really at a very good starting point because most of these guys have been here, even though Devin McCourty's not in the building anymore. Well, not playing anymore. He's in the building quite frequently. Even though he's not playing anymore, you still have guys like a Jalen Mills who's filling in a little bit more in the back end that have been around. Jalen Mills, Jabril Peppers, year 2 in the system for him. Kyle Duggar, we obviously know him and Adrian Phillips have been around for multiple years now. So they're hitting the ground running. Even though they have to replace big shoes with 32, they're still able to really mix and match, disguise on the back end. And this is going to be a defense where when the ball is snapped, every quarterback around the league is going to have to look around and say, where is everybody, right? And what's the coverage shell? Is it too high? Is it single high? Is it man? Is it zone? And that type of diversity, I think, can really cause a lot of problems for quarterbacks around the league.
And Evan, now moving on to the Patriots offense, obviously fans aren't allowed at minicamp, so I'm sure they're wondering, what does the offense look like with Bill O'Brien at the helm?
Well, I think he played it a little bit close to the vest at times. I don't know if we really know fully what the run game is going to look like. Once the pads come on in late July, early August, we'll get a better idea. Are they going to be a gap team? Are they going to be a zone team? How are they going to mix and match in that regard? But I think what you really saw was a lot of Alabama elements. I don't think that this is just going to be the Josh McDaniels 2021 playbook or going back a decade to Bill O'Brien in 2011. There were certainly elements of that. We can talk about the 2 tight ends. There were certainly elements of under center stuff, play action, things that I think fans will like to hear. But what I'm most excited about is what I like to call the Alabama-fication of this offense.
Did you make that up?
Me and Alex Park did. I think we coined it. Alabama-fication of this offense with RPOs, motion, and a lot of the things that they do down in Tuscaloosa that Mac Jones thrived in at his time in Tuscaloosa are coming to New England. And I think that's really exciting.
You mentioned the 2 tight ends. Obviously, we've got a new face in there for Mac Jones to use on offense. We haven't seen Juju, but we have seen a lot of Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, probably my second favorite player to watch out here this week outside of Marte Mapu, who I just am all types of jacked up about. But Mike Gesicki really came out here and showed that he is a very fluid, natural pass catcher. It just looks easy for him, and he's able to run around up the seam, across the field, and I knew he could do that. I knew that he could be a seam runner, and I knew that on crossers he would be a problem, and his catch radius, of course, and his size. But what I didn't realize is how fluid and quick he is at the top of the route. He was losing defenders at the route break consistently out at these practices. So he has that ability to maybe run a fuller route tree and not fight the ball as much as some of the other tight ends they've had in the past. I'm really excited about Mike Gesicki.
Evan, Patriots fans have a lot to be excited about as this Patriots offense gets back to normal as Mac Jones and company use so far in this offseason training program. That's it for the both of us from Patriots Minicamp. We'll see you in July.